Hi, my name is Andrew Balser. In March of 2004, a serial arsonist burnt my home and 3 others down in my neighborhood. And ever since then, my life has been a living nightmare. And I'd like to tell you my story. My life before the fire was a pretty good one. Happy. I had a nice home. I was playing in a rock and roll band, and my home had plenty of room. That we used it for our rehearsal studio, and had my son. Was raising my son, and I met a woman that brought happiness. A woman I fell in love with, and you know, my business, I had my own business. Things were going well. I was very busy, playing with my band, had my home, my son, the neighbor kids played here all the time. It was a great place, you know. I'd wake up and be able to make breakfast for my kid and have the pool in the backyard, and all the neighbor kids wanted to play and swim. And, you know, it was relaxing to be able to go out back and play with your kid in the pool. And those are times I miss. I met, you know, this woman that like I said, that I was bringing to, you know, getting involved in a woman that brought happiness in my life, that I felt was someone that was going to be there to be a complete unit, you know, me and my son and my new wife. And, you know, I brought her here, was proud of my home while dating, and you know, it was a great, you know, place. I felt successful and good about myself. And when I went to move her from Ohio to here, my home was, you know, set on fire when I was gone, and didn't have a place to bring her to, and everything I had was, you know, torched, gone in fire. That year, 2004, Florida had 4 major hurricanes that hit the state, and I was wondering why I wasn't getting a response from my insurance company. And I find out in the front page of the newspaper that this insurance company filed bankruptcy. And I contacted senators, congressmen, state representatives, and tried to say, hey, you know, this ain't fair. You know, I paid this insurance company, and now they just up and bailed out, filed bankruptcy. You know, there's got to be some help. What can you do? And basically, you know, through the letters and phone calls, I got no response, just, you know, saying, well, there wasn't nothing they could do for me, you know. And I didn't expect that. I expected, you know, politicians and state representatives and congressmen of your state to make an effort to try and make phone calls or come up with a solution to get what is rightfully, you know, yours through, you know, with the insurance company or any other organization that should back up the insurance company. And I got nothing. I had to get permits to rebuild. And once I did that, I had to then proceed to find a loan. And the only loans that was available to me was what they call hard money lenders. People who do loans basically based on the equity of the home and charge a lot of interest, which makes, you know, not working and trying to rebuild a home with no insurance that much more difficult. I got a loan, and I had to get a second loan. The first loan wasn't enough to, get the house completely built, and through everything that I had to pay for, including the fines. And so I had to get a second loan. And the lady who did this loan, she basically breached the contract. She put me in the situation I'm in today. She should have, dispersed the money to me, and she didn't. She dispersed the first $12,000, and when I needed more money, she basically wanted my home. She did things wrong. Here I'm trying to put my life back together, and it's been a long time. It's been 4 years. But it's been a year and a half that I've been living in this shell of a home with no walls, block walls and framing, that I've had to basically survive in and try to build my business and take care of my son, who's not with me. And I want to be able to find the help to get my home done so I can have my son, be able to move on, or try to maybe win the love of my life over and be able to provide a home. And if all this that I've told you isn't enough tragedy for one person to deal with, losing my home, the love of my life, my son, my pets, my business, there's one thing that I haven't told you, but I do, that's something that I've been dealing with for this whole 4 years, and that is that I have leukemia, and I get my blood drawn every 2 weeks to check my platelets and my white blood count, on medication, and seeing a doctor at the Moffitt Cancer Center to try to keep my health and my platelets and my white count in check, trying to keep my health good and taking care of myself so I can be here for my son. And I don't quit. That's why I'm telling my story. I'm looking for help. I've contacted a lot of people, Habitat for Humanity, Red Cross, FEMA, and numerous different organizations throughout my county and state, including, congressmen, the news channels, and everywhere I've turned, I've gotten no help. Letters stating that we're, not unable to help you at this time. I've contacted too many different loan and financial institutions trying to find a refinance. I'm not looking for a handout. I'm a businessman. I'm looking, for help to refinance my home, to save my home. This is a home that I bought. I moved to Florida. I'm self-employed. I've done this on my own. And all I want is my home. A home to bring my child to. Because my child's, not in a good situation. His grades is nothing but failing grades. And I need a place to have to bring him home to provide a stable place. To get my life back together. I can't go on living this way forever. And I'm just looking for anybody that may be able to help me refinance, help me, finish the building process,